practice too. Water, rest, nutrition. With water, if you can imagine your body becoming so adept at drinking and processing water that water becomes an energy source of significant contribution to the orbit of Tusa. How much water? Typically, on a regular morning of practice, consuming 2 8-ounce glasses before the practice starts, and then going anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes and consuming another 6 to 12 ounces of water, and repeating that pattern every 15 to 20 minutes for as long as the practice continues has been found to be the perfect level. In extremely warm environments, that could significantly go up. In cooler, dry environments, it's very important that you maintain a large quantity of water to keep the energy flowing, as well as allowing the body's immune system to be strengthened and cleansed. The more water that comes through the body, the greater the potential for a continuous orbit. The individual that practices to the point to where they're practicing for at least an hour will find that the water absolutely increases the ability to maintain orgasmic pleasure for long periods, and that with each additional consumption of water, and it's important that it's not significantly more than that, it will act as a temporary block, or we can say sleeping of the orgasmic energy. So when the water is on a regular basis coming in and the quantity is somewhere between 8 and 12, sometimes 16, that will maintain a very healthy orgasmic flow for as long as one is physically capable. As far as rest, a well-practiced individual will find a minimum of 6. In the summertime it tends to go a little lighter, and in the winter it tends to go a little longer, more like 8 or 9. And once a month there may be a need for even more, depending on the level at which you play. If you have a significantly long practice, hours, you may find it necessary to sleep 9 to 10 hours the following rest period. As far as food, running on water for the first hour before any other nutrition is taken in, if this is your first morning practice, is a pretty standard practice for those who are practicing this. The second and third play in the day, if you repeat, then lighter meals that the volume moves through easily and not extreme mixings. If you eat and then drink a large amount of water, you typically will find that it cancels out the orgasmic energy. Certain foods will cancel it completely, and other foods will enhance it. A typical morning for this temple, this body, is Quaker oats or whole oats, old-fashioned oats, soaked in water at least 10 or 15 minutes, and a tablespoon or so of sugar is a typical after play meal and on the way to other actions, other activities, physical activities, the gym, hiking. The continued consumption of water will allow for less and less food, and you will find yourself more and more energized by the consumption of water. With the activity, water consumption will climb, food consumption will drop, and occasionally it is nice to eat 2 or 3 meals in a day, but typically one meal with large quantities of water on a regular basis tends to show up repeatedly. Each individual will find their own balance. If you're coming from large consumptions of solid food, it may take a while. However, starting out with a couple glasses of water, then doing your practice, then having your meal, pretty much guarantees launch into the orbit of synchronized attractions. As far as the nurturement of rest, it's very important that the eyes are closed for at least 6 to 8 hours according to all the gurus, and that's where our rest really comes from. The eyes tend to require 80% of our energy. At least that's the quote that's been spoken. So find your own balance. However, the water consumption, rest, and food intake are absolutely a balance, and it takes time to find yours. If you're not a water drinker, start out with less in the morning and slowly increase. Peace.